Why isn't it not letting me see? I want to make sure it's. There an error in my last video or my last stream here. The first three picks, and we got Myles Garrett, Jonathan Allen, and Solomon Thomas here as the first three picks. So we are now on pick 4, which is the Jacksonville Jaguars. And what I was saying last time is, there's so many choices that the Jaguars could go here. They're the first team, in my opinion, that they could go anywhere and they would be okay. Except for offensive linemen in this offensive lineman week draft. They could trade up and get someone probably later in the first round, or they could sit at 4 in the second round and still get a guy. So, with the 4th overall pick, wrong one, the Jacksonville Jaguars should select O.J. Howard out of Alabama. He should go number 4. Which will now put the division rival Tennessee Titans on the clock. And this is the last time I will go through a roster here. And we'll get this going, as it took me 22 minutes just to go through the first 4 picks here. Holy crap. I'm going to be streaming for probably 3 hours. So let's go ahead and take a look at this roster. According to NFL.com, their needs are corner, wide receiver, and linebacker. A corner has fallen to them. Marcus Mariota is a quarterback. He has a little bit of injury concern, but he is, I think, okay. The offensive line is developing. The backfield got Derrick Henry. He is developing into a back, with DeMarco Murray still there. And you also have a third back in Antonio Andrews. Fullback, okay. Wide receiver is an issue that they need to address here, but it's too early to address a wide receiver at this pick. Tight end, they got Delaney Walker. He is aging. And they also have Jason Merrill here. It's okay. They got Taylor Lewan at left tackle, left guard Quentin Spain, center Ben Jones, right guard Josh Klein, right tackle Jack Coughlin. I'm sorry. They got two Michigan State. I was gonna say two Michigan State players. Daquan Jones at left end, right end Jarrell Casey at defensive tackle. That could be a position to address later on in the draft. Outside linebackers, Derek Morgan. Middle linebackers, Wesley Woodley and Avery Williamson. And then Brian Arakpo is the right outside linebacker. So that there, if I was taking notes, that would be a position to worry about. And then get to cornerback here, you got Bryce McCain, Antonio Blake, and that's really it. So since this corner has fallen to you at pick number 5, it's real simple. The Tennessee Titans with the 5th pick in this year's draft, I think if he does fall to them, should go cornerback Marshawn Lattimore out of Ohio State University. Boom, he's off the board. So there's still one player in the top 4 left here, and that brings up the New York Jets. At number 6. And this is the first team that should be looking for a quarterback. I'm going to revise this again. There is no quarterback worthy of going this early in the draft, but the teams are going to reach for one. An example, last year's draft, Jared Goff should not have went number 1 overall. Carson Wentz, I could see, yes, going number one overall. But since the Rams needed a quarterback, they reached on a quarterback. The New York Jets quarterbacks right now are Josh McCown, Christian Hackenberg, and Bryce Petty. Their number one need, according to NFL Network, is a quarterback. They could address linebacker and corner later on in this draft. I think they are going to reach for a quarterback here, and the one quarterback they need to reach for is obviously going to be Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson, to me, is the best quarterback in this year's draft. Out of Clemson, he's proven to win in big games, and there's some big games that he needs to worry about. Having to play the New England Patriots twice a year, that's a big game he needs to worry about. So we'll go ahead and go to the next pick here, which is the San Diego Chargers. And their needs are wide receiver, defensive lineman, and offensive lineman. To me, it's too early to reach for a wide receiver. Offensive lineman, again, too early for an offensive lineman. Let's go. Oh, wrong one. That leaves any chance to draft a defensive lineman here. This is the last time I'm going to go take a look here at a roster. I say that now, and I probably will go ahead and look at another roster. So, I mean, they could go safety here as well. I don't know who they would take on the defensive line at this pick. I don't know. It's they could take Jamal Adams, who's still on my board, and try him at free safety. But it's too early for a wide receiver, I think. And that's the only other position they need. So it's right now between Derek Barnett I mean, they could take a Taco Charlton here. Not that bad of a reach, but... Or they could take Jamal Adams, who's still on the board. I think this is where you go. Best player on the board. And take Jamal Adams out of LSU. To me, it's a tough pick for them. We'll go ahead and go to pick number 8, and in this roster I'm currently using download. I downloaded and currently using. I can't sign anyone to the Carolina Panthers because they're $800 million in a haul. So, the Carolina Panthers are now on the clock. Their needs are offensive linemen, defensive linemen, and running back. A real simple pick here, and that's going to be Leonard Fournette to the Carolina Panthers. Out of LSU, two LSU players back to back. He's going to go ahead and go number 9. I I don't. He's. I mean, there's no way to sign him to the roster, but he's going number 8 on my draft board, which now puts the Cincinnati Bengals on the clock. And their needs are offensive line, linebacker, and defensive lineman. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Ignore the Garrett Blunt here. Could I see him going a linebacker here? They could go linebacker here. I think they could go linebacker here. So they're going to go ahead and take Reuben Foster out of Alabama besides the diluted test here. I don't think it's a worry. Cincinnati better have a great doctor system, great medical system. But Reuben Foster is going number 9 to the Bengals, which brings up the Buffalo Bills here at number 10. And they need corner, safety, wide receiver. Is it too early for a wide receiver? According to CBS Sports, their first wide receiver here is John Ross at 18, Corey Davis at 14. So, I mean, it's not much of a reach, but they could go wide receiver here. And they should go with Corey Davis out of Western Michigan. Or they can bring in Mike Williams out of Clemson, have a Clemson wide receiver core. Corner, maybe? Marshawn Lattimore's gone, so the next best corner that is not facing controversy is, well, he's hurt. No, it's not Kevin King. Never mind. Oh boy, they gotta go wide receiver here. We're gonna go ahead and take Corey Davis out of Western Michigan. That's what I'm giving the Bills. Which puts the New Orleans Saints here with their first pick on the clock. And they need corner, safety, linebacker. They could go Malik Hooker here. I can turn the volume off. Oh boy. Who could they go with here? They could trade down. I mean, I'm not going to do a trade down here in this mock draft because it's real difficult. Because teams, when they trade down, they trade this and this and this for that and that. It's so difficult to trade down. Especially you don't know what team could be thinking of trading down what. But they need a corner, a safety, or a linebacker. Reuben Foster's already off the board for a linebacker. So that will bring up Hassan Reddick, the next best linebacker. There should go Hassan Reddick out of Temple. great playmaker. I think he's going to have a long career here. Which now puts the Browns on for their second pick in the first round. And since they went with a um since they went with a they went with the defensive lineman Myles Garrett, number 1 overall. Now who do they go with? Do they go with a Mitchell Trubisky, who I don't think is ready to start day 1? Or do they address another need? This is where I gotta go back to look at the Browns roster, because they need a lot. They got Myles Garrett, the best player in the draft. Could they go quarterback? I don't think they should go quarterback here. They could go wide receiver here. Because you don't know about Josh Gordon. They could go... They got left end. I mean, we probably should move him to the left end. That's how we're going to make it work in this. Here, defensive tackle, outside, middle. Is there another outside linebacker here that's... No, there's... They gotta go. They kinda have no choice here. Well, they do have kind of a choice here. They could go and address the free safety position. I think that's what they could do here. They're gonna go address the free safety. They could go address the free safety system position here. With the, according to this guy's roster here, the second best wide receiver. Sorry, not wide receiver, free safety, and Malik Hooker. Jabril Peppers is 992 overall. I don't see him going day 1 because of his latest allegations. So they're gonna avoid a Mitch Trubisky here and go with a Malik Hook. Oh crap! Now upgrade a free safety position here for the Packers. But they should go with Malik Hooker here. Unless I am missing something with Malik Hooker on it. Like he's currently using drugs or something. But I mean, I think that's a safe choice for the Browns. You get 2 safe choices in the same draft. I think that will help them here. Which now brings up the Arizona Cardinals, who have an aging quarterback in Carson Palmer. But the quarterbacks here on the left are Mitchell Trubisky, Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Kaiser. I could see him going with a Davis Webb in a second round here. Don't need a reach on a quarterback. Or they could go and put Mitchell Trubisky in a system, get him to learn. Or they could take Mahomes here. Let's see, what do they have from throw power? Okay, that's very underrating throw power here for him. I would have to edit that. I say he's got better throw power. So, I think they should take a gunslinger in Mahomes, and this is where I was hearing on a radio show earlier today. So we'll send Patrick Mahomes to the Cardinals for one of two reasons. You got Carson Palmer, who is aging, and this one's a good. I like this one here. I didn't think of this, but Bruce. I mean, he can coach as long as he wants to, but I don't know how long he should be doing that for. Um, Man, this is taking forever. But Mahomes. All right, there we go. Mahomes is a really interesting prospect. Take him the first round because you're not going to get him in the second round, and put him behind a Carson Palmer and watch him develop. He will then be the. I mean, it depends on how long Bruce Arians is coaching for, because on one of my local sports radio shows, they mentioned how he's been having health problems. So it's really depending on how long you think Palmer could last. I say he's got another year or two for him. So you draft him in the first round, and then you get the fifth year option. You put him behind a quarterback that has the ability to teach him, and then you really have a great offensive mind at head coach that can help develop him into a great quarterback. And depending on how long that quarterback is there, the coach is there, it can really help him. So that's why I think Mahomes should go 13. It's really here to worry about the future, not looking at the immediate future like the Jets going with Deshaun Watson. So now we're going to go ahead and go to the 14th pick. And if you have. I realize there's another viewer here. If you have any questions, just go ahead and ask them in the comments section. Don't be afraid to ask away. I will answer your questions. Which now brings the Philadelphia Eagles on the clock. And as soon as we get through the Colts picks here, we'll run through a recap here. So the needs for the Philadelphia Eagles are corner, running back, and defensive lineman. This is according to NFL Network. They need corner, running back, or defensive lineman. Let's go with the best running back available. Has the next best corner available. Lattimore's gone. As Gary Conley out of Ohio State, but he's under investigation for a rape incident. So, in reality, the next best thing is to go with the running back, and that's Dalvin Cook. So, with the 14th overall pick, they're going to go with Dalvin Cook out of Florida State, which now puts on the Colts on the clock. And they need offensive lineman, defensive lineman, and a running back. Now, sitting at 15, with this weak offensive lineman draft, you could take a offensive lineman here. This one, I think, would be not as bad as a reach as taking it earlier on in the draft. So, if we go ahead and take a look at the offensive linemen here that have first round projections, You got Ryan Ramczyk out of Wisconsin, Forrest Lamp out of Western Kentucky, Cam Robinson out of Alabama, Garrett Bowles out of Utah. Um, so to go here at number 15, I mean, it's a weak core. This year, I mean, this guy's ranking him high. Depends on what you really need. In this case, we'll go take a quick look. I mean, I'm going with offensive lineman for him. They got Anthony Constanzo at left, Jack Mewhort at left guard, Ryan Kelly at center, Denzel Good, and Austin. I'm not going to try to pronounce his last name. So, they could go a Forrest Lamp here. I think that, or a Ryan Ramczyk here. I think they should go Ryan Ramczyk. No. Out of Wisconsin. And then you can move Anthony I can't pronounce his last name. To right. You could address a lot of your needs here. And that's really helping you then. So, Ryan Ramczyk will go to the Colts. And we're through the first 15 picks here. And we'll go through a quick rundown of what I have. Number 1 overall to the Browns is Myles Garrett. 2 to the 49ers is Jonathan Allen. Number 3 overall is Solomon Thomas. To the Bears. I have going to the Jacksonville Jaguars, O.J. Howard. I have Marshawn Lattimore going to the Tennessee Titans at 5. Deshaun Watson at 6. Jamal Adams to the Chargers at 7. At 8 to the Carolina Panthers, we got Leonard Fournette. To 9 to the Cincinnati Bengals, we got Reuben Foster. 10 to the Buffalo Bills, Corey Davis. 11 to the Saints, Hassan Reddick. 12 to the Browns again, not a quarterback, but Malik Hooker. 13, Patrick Mahomes to the Cardinals. 14 to the Eagles, I got Dalvin Cook. And 15, we got Ryan Ramczyk to the Colts. Which now brings us to the Ravens at 16. This is where they could go. They're going to go wide receiver. Mike Williams out of Clemson. Congratulations, you've been drafted. You've been sitting there the whole time, patiently waiting, either in Philadelphia or at home. You finally got drafted. Congratulations, you're going number 16 to the Baltimore Ravens. Which now brings up the 17. They need linebacker, safety, or running back. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. What could they go here? Mock Draft Live the other night had them going with quarterback Mitchell Trubisky. I could see them what? Let's get Christian McCaffrey. We'll see Christian McCaffrey in this mock draft. My final mock draft. Go to the Redskins at 17. And at 18 is the Tennessee Titans. And they got Marshawn Lattimore in the first, with their first pick, with their second pick to get some wide receiver help. They're going to go with the speedster out of Washington, John Ross, here at 18. The first Washington Husky off the board. And at 19, because of his failed drug test, his diluted sample. I think he will go further down. He's not going to go 19. He's going to go later in the draft. He's going to still be a first round talent. But if you think here's who's still left on the board for him, here at 19, they need a defensive lineman. A defensive lineman that's left for him is Derek Barnett out of Tennessee. Which will now put the Denver Broncos, who need an offensive lineman, at 20 on the clock. Alright, so here with the 20th overall pick, the Broncos need an offensive lineman. Do they go with a Cam Robinson, or do they go with Forrest Lamp? They go with the best available here, and they gotta go with Forrest Lamp out of Western Kentucky, right? Yeah. Which now brings up the Detroit Lions here. At 21. Another team I hate to make a draft pick for. But they need defensive line, a linebacker, or a wide receiver. Is there a wide receiver that has another first round talent? John Ross is gone. Corey Davis is gone. Mike Williams is gone. So no. Is there a defensive lineman still available for him? Yes. Taco Charlton. He's going to stay in state and go to Detroit. I didn't come prepared with a already written down draft board because, well, your opinions can change. So, who do I have left up here? Mr. Trubisky. So I pretty much got through 17 players on the top of the board through 21 picks here. Which will now bring us to the Miami Dolphins. And wrong way. At number 22. According to NFL Network, they need a linebacker, offensive lineman help, and a corner. Well, let's go ahead and take a look here. Is there a linebacker from? I don't think it's too early to take a TJ Watt. He's really unproven. He's only played one season as an outside linebacker. Could you go Tancreus McKinley of UCLA? Could you go Zach Cunningham out of Vanderbilt? Could you go with a Tim Williams out of Alabama? That's too early. Never mind. Could you go with a guy like... Oh, where is he? He's king. We might have ran into issues here with our corners, but oh well. They might have not put him there. Where is Kevin King? I guess he's not a draft pick available. So, do they take a chance with Garyon Conley? They did last year with Laramie Tunsil, but that was drugs, not rape. Do they take a chance with Cindy Jones, the fourth, who is currently sitting with an injury? Or a Marlon Humphrey, from my understanding, is terrible when it comes to big situations and covering players. Or do they go... I forgot about this guy. Tre'Davious White from LSU. He will be going to the Miami Dolphins at 22. Which brings up the 23rd team and the New York Football Giants. Oh boy, we're making progress here. I still don't know how long I've been doing this for. But they need defense. No, that's offensive line, linebacker, or a quarterback. Well, linebacker. 23rd overall pick. I mean, there's not much reaching you could do anymore for certain players. Do they go with the Cam Robinson here? Or do they go with the tight end, David Njoku, out of Miami? I think they go with David Njoku. Out of Miami. Give Sir Eli Manning another target here while he's still available. To have some targets for him. Which now puts on the Oakland Raiders. And they just got a running back on their roster named Marshawn Lynch. And I think they should go Gerard Davis out of Florida. And to the 25th pick we go. And finally, we'll go ahead and say goodbye to Mitchell Trubisky on our board. He will finally leave the draft board here to the Houston Texans at number 25. He slid. And he will need that motivation. He'll use that motivation like Aaron Rodgers did. Because he slid all the way down to 25. Talking about him possibly going number 1, him possibly doing this, him possibly doing that, him going here, him going there. and two quarterbacks were taken before him, Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes. He's watching him fall down. It's definitely an Aaron Rodgers situation here. Alex Smith goes number one instead of Aaron Rodgers going number one. Aaron Rodgers thought he was going to go number five, but instead at number five in that draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers went with Cardiac Williams. Oh boy. They get their quarterback. And I feel like if Trubisky falls all the way down to number 25, he will prove something here. He'll prove everyone wrong. Because he fell all the way down to that pick. He fell. He pretty much just went. I mean, he's only played in 13 games in his career, started in only 13 games here, and at UNC. So it's like, do you take a chance here with him early on in the draft? And him falling all the way down to 25 might give him some thinking here of, oh, okay, we're perfectly fine falling down to 25. We're not really worried about it. I feel like I'm still a good quarterback. It'll give him that extra motivation here to go out there and play better football, I think. That's all I really got to say about it. He's just gonna fall. I mean, is he uncoachable like the 49ers said about Aaron Rodgers? I've never met the guy. I don't know if the guy's uncoachable or not. So I guess it's okay. And with the 26th pick, another team that has a cap salary issue apparently, the Seattle Seahawks will go with a Cam Robinson of Alabama. You kind of need offensive lineman there to keep Russell Wilson healthy. Smart pick in my book to him. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll go to the 27th pick, and that's the Kansas City Chiefs. They need linebacker, defensive lineman, or a cornerback. Cornerbacks. That could be going here. I think they go with a linebacker here. I almost clicked the home button instead of going, let's go to the Chiefs roster here. Take a look here at their linebackers. I mean, Justin Houston, he's 27. You also got D Ford there, 25. And then you got aging Derek Johnson with Ramik Wilson there. I mean, go with the middle linebacker here. Or you go and get someone for Tamba Hali to replace Tamba Hali. Now, who should they go with, though? I mean, you got two guys who are going to still play for a while, so you got development here. Or you go with a defensive lineman here. Go with the best defensive lineman available. I mean, there's only a certain amount of players you can put in, I guess. And you go take another look at their roster here. Yeah, Benny Logan. You could look at replacing the loss of Dontari Poe. You can get a right end. You can get a left end. I mean, yeah, you're good at left end. Never mind. Could go a right end here. Or you can go defensive tackle here. You go with Malik McDowell here. What I know, many people haven't even picked him in the first round. Yet you go out there and have him go on to the Kansas City Chiefs. Why? How dare you? Why? Oh, I don't know. It seems like the best pick available. And now the Dallas Cowgirls are on the clock. They need pretty much all defensive help here. And secondary is where they need help at. Do you go Obi Melifonwo here? Do you go Obi Melifonwo here? Do you take Jabril Peppers and hope it's just all because he was sick? Do you take a corner like Marlon Humphrey or Garyon Conley and just hope he's not in that much trouble? Or do you take a Chidobe Awuzie Colorado? I think Dallas needs a swing and a miss this year's draft. They're going to go with Marlon Humphrey. Out of Alabama. And with the 29th overall pick, the Green Bay Packers are now on the clock. And this is where I think they'll go. TJ Watt, if he's still available, go with him. Please. I'd like to buy a TJ Watt jersey next year. TJ Watt will go number 29 to the Green Bay Packers. I said I was doing a 3-round mock draft, wasn't I? I should have changed that. I think I can only really do 2 here with the amount of prospects I got left. Son of a bitch. Alright. So sorry for those who are watching. This is not going to be a 3-round mock draft. It's only going to be a 2-round mock draft. Because of the amount of players I have left. I completely forgot Vince Beagle. Pittsburgh Steelers here at 30. It's only a 2-round mock draft, guys. I typed it in wrong. Oh boy. So, if you guys are really disappointed, go ahead and yell at me in the chat, because I'm only doing a 2-round mock draft. I typed it in wrong. It said 3-round. I only want to do 2. So here we go with the 30th overall pick. The Pittsburgh Steelers are now on the clock. Do they go with a Jabril Peppers here? Do they go with an Obi Melifonwo here? Do you go ahead and take Tank McKinley here? Zach Cunningham here. Ooh, tough choices. They could take a Buda Baker here. Now he's a 2nd-round talent. Davies White. This is where it gets difficult. This is why I only can do 2 rounds. I think they're going to go with a Tank McKinley here. Out of UCLA at linebacker instead of a Jabril Peppers. Ooh, I now got 3 people watching. 4 people. Ooh. Alright. Yeah, that doesn't help. So we move on to pick 31, which is the Atlanta Falcons, the runner-up. And I just want order. I don't really care. But a mock draft there for round 2. Oh, we lost a viewer. Oh, dang. So, according to NFL.com, they need offensive lineman or a defensive lineman here. Well, they'll go ahead and take the best offensive lineman here. Yeah, boy. He's gone. So they'll go with Garrett Boyles out of Utah. And which will end the first round here. And the 32nd pick is the New Orleans Saints. And they need help here. What do they go with here at number 11? Hassan Riddick. Oh boy. They addressed a linebacker. They could go corner or safety here. Could I see him taking Jabril Peppers? I think they go with a Jabril Peppers here. Minus the drug test. From Michigan. And that will be the end of the first round. So, the first round goes just like this. We'll start with pick number 1. And the first overall player taken is Myles Garrett to the Cleveland Browns. Jonathan Allen I had going number 2 to the Jonathan Allen going number 2 to the 49ers. Number 3 was Solomon Thomas to the Bears. 4th overall to the Jaguars, O.J. Howard. 5th overall was Marshawn Lattimore to the Titans. 6th overall is Deshaun Watson to the Jets. 7th overall is Jamal Adams to the Chargers. 8th overall to the Carolina Panthers is Leonard Fournette. Going 9th overall to the Cincinnati Bengals, Reuben Foster. And running at the top 10 is Corey Davis to the Bills. Going 11th is Hassan Reddick to the New Orleans Saints. Going 12th to the Cleveland Browns is Malik Hooker. Going 13th to the Arizona Cardinals is Patrick Mahomes. Going 14th to the Philadelphia Eagles is Dalvin Cook. 15th overall to the take a quick break here. Oh, I got a comment. Okay, Taylor. I'll be the first pick, round one. Okay. Okay. If you really want to, you can be the number one overall pick. I mean, I don't think you're a draft prospect this year. I mean, you're not going number one. You're not a draft prospect this year. Well, okay. If you really want me to, I can put you in the game, Taylor, and you can be number one overall pick. Where was I? God damn it. I was on the 15th pick to the Colts, and that was Ryan Ramczyk. Going 16th overall to the Ravens is Mike Williams. Going 17th to the Redskins is Christian McCaffrey. 18th overall is John Ross to the Titans. Going 19th overall to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is Derek Barnett. Going 20th is Forrest Lamp. Going 21st is Taco Charlton. Going 22nd is Tre'Davious White. Going 23rd overall to the New York Football Giants is David Njoku. Okay, that's very funny. That's a very funny one. Do you really think you could play quarterback for the Browns? I mean, they did improve their offensive line, but it's not. You'd be destroyed. You have no chance of playing quarterback for the Browns. You win the Super Bowl year one. That's a funny one. Very, very funny one. Ah. I find that funny. You could win the Super Bowl year one. I don't think so. Ugh. You're ready. You're about as ready as other quarterbacks in this year's draft. I know. Oh, it's funny.
Hi.
Oh, very, very funny.
I
You
had to see
playing
what you were doing on YouTube.
Huh. You really think you could play quarterback in the NFL?
Yep.
Oh. God damn. You
I get
give me
hit
this.
once, I'll die, but
If it came down between you and Myles Garrett, number one overall, the Browns would probably make the stupid decision and go with you.
that's funny.
But
Oh,
I mean,
God.
you're not going number one.
Mm-hmm.
So how have you been, Taylor?
Good. Been packing.
Been packing for what?
Oh, you haven't heard? I'm moving back.
You're moving back? Oh,
Yep.
wonderful.
I'll be there Friday.
Where are you moving to?
I'll be in Hudson.
Huh.
What the fuck is this?
Did you like my video, Taylor?
I think I did.
Yeah. I was gonna
I'll
do.
make sure I do.
Well, that's a great question. I still got 32 more picks to do.
Yeah, don't mind me. I'm not taking a shit. I'm just moving shit.
Oh.
Trying to pack.
Oh. Oh well. Who do you think the Vikings should go with 48th overall?
I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to football recently.
I think they should go offensive lineman, but that's...
Didn't they get Latavius Murray?
They took care of running back, yeah.
As that was a good move in my opinion.
Now they need to address the offensive line so Murray can get through there.
Okay. My opinion: fire every current offensive lineman. Um, go to
They,
McDonald's and get the fattest people there. They'll do better.
oh, they. I doubt it.
I don't know. How good
Uh,
do you think they'll be with Latavius Murray?
with the current offensive lineman, if they don't address anything, he's gonna do the
Terrible.
same thing they did last year and not. He's gonna do nothing. They
Yeah.
they haven't really added offensive lineman depth.
You know how much I hate packing?
How much do you hate packing?
It's not even funny.
Oh,
Yeah, I forget. I sent you a Snapchat the other day, and you were like, I assumed you knew that I was coming back, and I was like, why do you think I'm? I forget what
I
you
I
said. You were like,
I
why?
I did not know you were moving back.
Oh, you don't talk to Chris and Fuzz or what?
No, they haven't. I haven't talked to either one of them in a while.
Hmm, that's interesting. Well, the more you know. I found my bracelets.
Why the all of a sudden move back?
Well, it's not all of a sudden. I've known for a while, which is why I'm surprised that you haven't heard.
You were missing me, weren't you? That's why you
Yeah, that
moved
was
back.
it.
No, I doubt it.
Yep, that was it.
Oh, okay. If you say so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.